Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll be covering what is ARPANET, ARPANET design, we also call it as ARPANET architecture, and I will explain what is internet, history and futures of internet, difference between internet and intranet, and also I'll explain internet architecture. I will explain all these topics in detail. Guys, I have uploaded complete computer network subject tutorials. I will provide that link in description, you can watch from there. If you are watching this video for the first time, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Let's get started. At first I will explain what is ARPANET. Guys, ARPANET stands for Advanced Research Projects Agency Network. As Advanced Research Projects Agency developed this network, that is why they give a name ARPANET, where ARPA stands for Advanced Research Projects Agency and NET stands for network. So ARPA was the first packet switched network developed in 1969 by ARPA, that is Advanced Research Projects Agency, and this agency belongs to US Department of Defense. By using this network, different computers can communicate and share resources. Guys, by using ARPANET, different computers can communicate each other, like they can share messages, they can share files, etc. And they can also share resources like printer, like all computers can use single printer. Guys, ARPANET was the first packet switching network. Before knowing what is packet switching, at first you need to know what is circuit switching. Guys, I will give one simple example so that you can clearly know difference between circuit switching and packet switching. For example, if you consider circuit switching, older telephone networks, they are examples of circuit switching. For example, in olden days we used landline phones in order to communicate with others. For example, if you want to communicate with your friend using landline phone, then we need cable connection. There is one cable connection need to be established between me and my friend. By using that cable connection, we can communicate with others. There is one dedicated line needed in order to establish connection. The dedicated line is nothing but cable. In circuit switching, that is, in older landlines, data is transferred very slowly and continuously. And if there is any cable break, entire connection will be lost. And by using circuit switching, we can communicate with only one person at a time. So old landline phones, they are examples of circuit switching. For example, if you consider packet switching, present 4G mobiles, they are examples of packet switching. Guys, the name itself says packet switching, that is, data is divided in the form of packets and they will reach to destination. For example, by using my 4G mobile, I will speak how are you. Guys, whenever I speak how are you, then data is divided in the form of packets like how is one packet, R is one packet and U is one packet. So these packets will find best route and they will reach to destination. So this how will find best route, R will find best route and U will find other route. After reaching to destination, they all will reassemble in order, like this person will hear how are you. This is packet switching. Where in packet switching, data is divided in the form of packets and they will reach to destination, and after reaching destination, they will reassemble and person can hear correct message. When compared to circuit switching, in packet switching, data is transferred in the form of packets. So data transfer is very fast as each packet will find best route. This is difference between packet switching and circuit switching. So this first packet switching was introduced by ARPANET in order to overcome problem of circuit switching. So before ARPANET, computers used circuit switching like telephone networks. This method had problems, that is, a dedicated line was needed for communication. Only one person could communicate with other at a time. If the line fails, entire connection will be lost. Example, landline phones. In order to solve this problem, ARPANET introduced packet switching, where data is broken into small packets and sent separately. Packets will take different paths and reassemble at their destination. And multiple devices will use same network. Guys, for example, if you consider Airtel 4G, Jio 4G, all members will use same network connection in order to communicate. Next, I will explain design of ARPANET. We also call it as ARPANET architecture. ARPANET architecture contains two parts. They are hosts and subnets. Hosts are the computers that need to communicate. For example, I want to communicate with my friend. So my computer and my friend computer both act as hosts. Host is nothing but computer which will send information and which will receive information is known as host. So my computer is considered as host and my friend computer is also considered as host. So hosts are the computers that needed to communicate, and whereas subnet mean it is the network that connect to hosts. Guys, subnet is nothing but it is a network that will connect to hosts, and subnets contain two parts. They are IMPs and laser lines. Guys, IMPs are nothing but they are devices like routers. For example, if you consider router, by using router, we can connect to Wi-Fi and we can use. Guys, IMP stands for Interface Message Processors. They are the devices like router. We also call this device a special mini computer. By using this device, hosts can communicate with each other. And subnet also contains laser lines. Laser lines are nothing but cable connections. By using laser lines, we can connect the IMP devices with host computers. Guys, this is ARPANET architecture. For example, this computer want to communicate with this computer. So we call these two computers as hosts. Guys, subnet stands for subnetwork. So subnet is nothing but it is a network that contain IMP devices and laser lines. For example, this computer want to send hello to this computer. So from laser line, that is from cables, data is transferred to this IMP device, and from this IMP device, data is transferred to any of this IMP device, and then data is transferred to destination host. And laser lines are nothing but they are cables which will connect to different IMP devices and host to IMP device. IMP device which is connected to sender computer, we call it as source IMP, and IMP device which is connected to destination computer, we call it as destination IMP. This is ARPANET architecture. ARPANET has two main parts. One is hosts, they are the computers that need to communicate, and second one is subnets. Subnet is the network that will connect to host devices. Subnet contains special many computers called IMPs, where IMP stands for Integrated Message Processors. They will connect to host devices using laser lines. Guys, in this data transfer speed is 56 kb per second, and this IMP device is also connected to various other IMP devices. So even though if there is any connection fail, simply data will take to other path. Guys, for example, whenever I send hello, data is transferred from this device, and here there are two ways. For example, data is transferring from this path and there is cable break. So simply instead of this, data will take this path and data will successfully reach to destination. And in ARPANET, subnet is the network that contains two components. They are IMP devices, that is interface message processors. They are like actual many computers that act like routers. And second one is laser lines. Laser lines are nothing but cable connections which will connect IMP devices to each other. Okay, this IMP device is responsible to receive data from the host and break data into packets. As I already said before, ARPANET will use packet switching, where we will break message into packets and we will send each packet. So this IMP is also responsible to break data into packets, and also it is responsible to send packets to correct destination IMP. Guys, these are improvements in ARPANET, and the first one is host to host protocol. Guys, protocol is nothing but set of instructions. We call set of instructions as protocol. By using host to host protocol, computers can communicate to each other. And second one is application software. Guys, each computer need to install one special software in order to communicate with each other. So if you want to use ARPANET, you need one special software. And third one is terminal interface processor. Guys, in olden days, when ARPANET was first introduced, each IMP device is connected to single host computer for communication. Guys, in olden days, many terminals are nothing but devices with only keyboard and screen. We call it as terminal. So in olden days, many terminals are connected to single CPU. As each terminal acts as individual computer, in this case, if you connect IMP devices to the CPU, only this device will support network communication. Remaining computers cannot use network. So in order to overcome this problem, terminal interface processors are introduced, where without CPU, directly we can connect this device with monitors and we can use network. This is where they improved ARPANET. In the early ARPANET, one big computer, that is computer with CPU, could connect to the network using IMPs. Terminals, that is devices with only screen, keyboard and mouse, they don't have CPUs. The devices cannot connect directly to the network. So in order to overcome this problem, terminal interface processors are introduced, where this TIP device allows terminals to connect to the network. And fourth one is multiple host per IMP. Guys, multiple computers can connect to IMP devices. This is meaning of multi-hosts per IMP. And fifth one is one host connected to multiple IMPs. Guys, if you want very fast communication, then you can also connect your system with multiple IMP devices. So data will be transferred successfully. Even though if there is damage to one IMP device, other IMP device will transfer our data. And sixth one is long distance connectivity. Guys, if you see this diagram, There are multiple IMP devices in different locations, and all these devices are connected to each other in order to send data. Guys, this ARPANET is very slow. That is, it will transfer data only just 56 KB per second, because based on ARPANET, internet is introduced. Even in internet, they use packet switching, where data is transferred in the form of packets. Next, I will explain what is internet. The internet is a large network of interconnected computers that allows people and organizations worldwide to communicate and share information. It connects millions of networks, including schools, offices, research centers, government agencies, and personal computers. Guys, internet is one of the largest network. It will connect millions of networks worldwide. For example, I'm in India. By using internet, just I will open WhatsApp and I will send message to my friend who is in UK. So by using internet, devices can communicate worldwide. Guys, internet is one of the largest network that will allow people and organizations worldwide to communicate. Like they can do phone calls, video calls, etc. And they can also share information, like they can share files, videos, movies, songs, etc. by using internet. Guys, internet is made up of many local area networks and wide area networks connected by routers, modems, and switching stations. Guys, if we connect to various kinds of LANs and WANs by using network devices like routers, modems, and switching stations, then all these together forms the internet. The structure of internet keeps changing as new connections are added every day. Guys, internet don't have any fixed structure. Every day new connections will add to network. So internet connection keeps changing. Guys, this is simple example of internet. Yes, for example, there is one manager. This manager has two companies. One company is in Delhi location and next company is in Hyderabad location. And this company will use star topology and this company will use bus topology. And in company 1, all devices are connected by using wired connection. And whereas in company 2, all computers are connected by using wireless connection. And this company will use different kinds of networking devices for connection. And this company also uses different kinds of network devices for connection. Though these companies have different structure and they are connected by using different kinds of devices, company manager can work from home by using wide area network and he can control both companies. This company 1 is local area network and this company 2 is local area network, and manager will connect to these two companies by using wide area network. All these together forms the internet. This is the example of internet. This WAN connection is switched, meaning it routes data through network devices as needed. Guys, based on need, data will be traveled through different kinds of network devices. The connection between each office and WAN is called a point-to-point WAN. The connection could be made through a DSL lines. Guys, DSL lines are nothing but they are cable connections which are provided by telephone companies. And WAN connection can also be established by using cable lines. These cable lines are provided by cable TV companies. Guys, here wide area connection is established by using DSL lines or cable lines. Guys, various kinds of cables are connected to telephone towers through which data will be traveled. And there are various kinds of TV towers in various locations and all are connected by using cables. So data will be traveled either by using DSL lines or cable lines. Yes, LAN is nothing but it is one software company where all devices are connected. And this company contains router and company router and outside router. Both are connected. We call this connection as point-to-point WAN. And there is another company. We call it as LAN, local area network. And company router and outside router. Both are connected. So we call it as point-to-point WAN. And this is manager's computer. He will connect a modem to his computer in order to access internet. And this modem is connected to any other device outside the house. This connection is known as point-to-point WAN. This is structure of internet. Next I will explain history of internet. Guys, I already said before, internet is developed based on ARPANET, which will work based on packet switching, where data will be transferred in the form of packets. So internet started in 1969 as ARPANET, and this ARPANET was developed by ARPA, where ARPA stands for Advanced Research Project Agency. This agency belongs to US Department of Defense. Guys, in olden days, before ARPANET, devices with different manufacturers cannot communicate. For example, one computer is Dell computer and one computer is HP computer. If these two devices want to communicate with each other, they cannot communicate because this belongs to Dell manufacturer and this belongs to HP manufacturer. So these both devices cannot communicate with each other. So in order to overcome this problem, ARPA introduced ARPANET. Guys, mainly they introduced ARPANET in order to help researchers. As research companies will do various kinds of experiments and they will do various kinds of inventions and discoveries. In order to help them, they introduced ARPANET. Whenever scientists discovers anything, they can be transferred to other computers. That is why they introduced ARPANET. Before ARPANET, computers were standalone devices and could not communicate with each other, especially if they were from different manufacturers. ARPA want to communicate computers, so researchers will share discoveries, which will reduce cost and avoid repeating same research. Thus, if any scientist should discover anything, that information is forwarded to various kinds of researchers. So they will not do the same research. This is history of internet. At first in 1967, ARPA was introduced, where each computer was connected to specialized device called IMP, where IMP stands for Interface Message Processor. And whereas in 1969, ARPA connection was established between 4 universities in California using IMP devices. Guys, this is where first connection was established by connecting 4 universities in California by using IMP devices. At that time, they used one protocol. We call that protocol as Network Control Protocol, where protocol is nothing but set of instructions. In order to establish communication between devices, they need to use protocols. And that protocol was Network Control Protocol. And in 1972, Windkurf and Bob Kahn, these two researchers introduced Internetworking project, where later became the Internet. Guys, actually Internet stands for Internetworking. Whereas in 1973, Windkurf and Bob Kahn, they both developed TCP/IP protocol. At present, we are using TCP/IP protocol in Internet for communication, where TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol and IP stands for Internet Protocol. This protocol will allow different networks to communicate each other using Internet. This is all about history of Internet. Guys, by using 3 ways we can connect to Internet. And the first one is through schools or offices. Guys, many colleges and universities maintain high-speed Internet. So if you are a student or employee, you can access that Internet. And second one is through online information services. Guys, this is one of the oldest method. In olden days, some companies used to provide Internet. In order to use that Internet, you need to install one special software. In that software, you can access Internet. Guys, now no one is using this method. And third method to connect to Internet is through Internet service provider. Guys, if you consider Jio, Airtel, Act, FiberNet, they are Internet service providers. They will provide Internet connections. We need to pay money on monthly basis and we can use Internet. Guys, people can connect to this Internet by using Wi-Fi or by using mobile data. Guys, next I will explain features of Internet. Guys, Internet will provide many features and services for communication and information sharing. These are some of the features, and the first one is email. Guys, I already said before, Internet will use TCP/IP protocol. By using this protocol, we can send instant emails. Like in Internet, we can open Gmail and we can immediately send message. So by using Internet, we can send emails. And second one is Usenet news groups. Guys, by using Internet, we can conduct online discussions. Like we can post questions and we can get answers. And we can also get daily news and information. And third one is mailing lists. Guys, these mail lists are nothing but they are same like online discussions. Just online discussions are conducted using email. That's it. You need to subscribe to message groups, so you will receive daily emails. And fourth one is FTP. Guys, FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. Protocol is nothing but set of instructions. Guys, in Internet, we can transfer various kinds of files by using File Transfer Protocol. Like we can share songs, videos, movies, etc. by using Internet. It will be happened because of File Transfer Protocol. You can upload and download files in Internet using File Transfer Protocol. And fifth one is Gopher Protocol. By using this protocol, we can find a text-based information. Guys, in Internet, we can find different kinds of documents. By using Gopher Protocol, we can connect to different kinds of servers and we can download documents and we can get a text-based information. And last one is Telnet. Guys, by using Telnet protocol, we can connect to other computers by using Internet. For example, I am in Hyderabad and my friend is in Delhi. I want to see his computer and I want to store my files in his computer. I can do it by using Telnet protocol. All these are various features of the Internet. Next I will explain difference between Internet and intranet. Guys, before this, you need to know what is intranet. Guys, intranet is private network. Guys, for example, there is a software company. In that company, this company established one separate network and only employees in this company can connect to this network. Outside people cannot connect to this network. So this is private network. Private means only company employees can access that network. Internet is a global network connecting millions of computers worldwide. Complete world can communicate by using Internet. Whereas intranet is private network used within an organization. As everyone can use Internet, Internet is open to everyone, and whereas intranet is restricted to employees, that is nothing but only company employees can use that network. Outside people cannot use that network. Mainly we use internet for communication, like to do phone calls and video calls, and for information sharing, like we can share files, songs, etc. And also for entertainment, like in order to watch YouTube videos, in order to access Facebook, Instagram, etc. We will use internet. And whereas we will use intranet for internal communication and file sharing. Guys, only company employees can talk to each other, and only company employees can share files. This is meaning of internal communication and file sharing. Guys, everyone can use internet, so it is less secure. Hackers can hack our data. So if you want to protect your data, we need firewalls and encryption techniques. And intranet is more secure because only company employees can access the data. So only authorized users can access it. Okay, these are examples of internet. That's Google, Facebook, Instagram, Wikipedia. All these are examples of internet because everyone can use them. In software company HR will share some files to other employee. This is example of intranet. These are differences between internet and intranet. Next I will explain internet architecture. Guys, if we connect different kinds of networks together, then we call it as internet. And all devices in internet can communicate to each other by using TCP/IP protocol. So every computer contains TCP/IP protocol through which computers can connect to internet by using this protocol. Guys, no matter hardware or software, everyone can use internet. For example, by using Google Chrome software, we can access any website. For example, there is any hardware device like mobile or tablet or any computer. Through any hardware device, we can access internet. So different devices and networks can connect to internet no matter what hardware or software they use. Guys, this is complete internet architecture. First one is client. Guys, for example, in my computer, I will open internet and I will open any website. Like I will type amazon.com. As my computer is sending request to get Amazon website, my computer acts as client. Guys, whenever I search for amazon.in, devices like modem or Ethernet card, they are networking devices. They will convert my request into signals. So modem and Ethernet card, they will process our signal. Guys, internet service providers like Airtel, Jio, ARPANET, they will provide us internet. So from Ethernet card or modem, our signals are transferred to loop carriers. Guys, loop carriers are nothing but they are telephone systems and TV towers. From these loop carriers, our data is transferred to internet service provider network. Guys, for example, if you consider internet service provider like Jio, by using various kinds of towers and by establishing various kinds of stations in each location and by using various kinds of devices, Jio network is covered worldwide. So from local loop carriers, our signals are transferred to internet service provider network like Jio network. Guys, point of presence is nothing but, guys, whenever your signals first enter to internet service provider region, then we call that entry point as point of presence. So POP is nothing but whenever our signal first enter to internet service provider region, we call it as point of presence. From this, our request is searched in internet service provider region. If our request is available, then directly ISP provider will provide us information. And if our request is not available, this ISP provider will contact to ISP backbone, like they will connect to other networks. Guys, whenever internet service provider connect to other network, we call that connection as NAP, that is network access point. It is the point where internet service provider will contact to other network. And by some private connections, this internet service provider backbone will provide information to client. Okay, this is corporate LAN, that is nothing but Amazon company local area network. Whenever I type amazon.in, we will get that website from Amazon company servers. We call that Amazon company network as corporate local area network. This is entire architecture.